Without a doubt, Twitter is on fire. And just to show you, or at least to say how bad Twitter has become, like from November to December is a big month for or at least should be a big month for companies like Twitter, Facebook, Google, whatever. If you've got advertising space, then like November and December are your best months. Why? Because that is when a lot of marketers tend to use a big chunk of their budget. It tends to be sort of the end of the year. They're doing sort of end of year promotions, Christmas promotions, maybe even sort of pre-preparing for January sales, post, after the Christmas week period. It is a big time, and ad budgets suddenly swell to a lot. And even companies like this, when you look at their sort of final quarter, you can see that those 2 months should be big. However, if you take that month, like November and December of 2022, and compare it to November and December of 2021, Twitter was 40% lower in its revenue just for those 2 months. That is shocking. That is shocking. That is something that should just not be happening. And the fact that you've lost 40% of your revenue, well, Elon Musk just continues to burn Twitter to the ground. And for what reason? I don't know. A vanity project? I suspect sooner or later he's going to have to sell it. I really do. I can't see how he doesn't end up selling it. But I'll tell you what, he's going to make an absolute colossal loss. I'll tell you that now, as you can see by the title of this video. But oh boy, is it going to be a loss? And it's certainly done the one thing that we'd hoped, or at least been telling people about for years, that Elon Musk is not as smart as people make him out to be. So before we do go diving into this, please do click on the like and share button. And of course, down below, there is a link to my sort of the subscribe button. If you're new to the channel, subscribe to the channel. Hello. And of course, there are links down below to my Patreon page, the One-Off Nation link called Buy Me Coffee, where you can buy me coffee. There's the YouTube subscription as well, the Pony Club you can join as well. So, as always, thank you very much to all the people who do help and support the channel that way. Even if you do, just click on the like and share button. Like I say, thank you very much. And of course, let's crack on with this. So this comes from Insider Business with the title of Elon Musk concedes Twitter is now worth less than half of what he paid for it in email about stock grants, report says. So Elon Musk admitted that Twitter is now worth less than half of what he paid in an email about stock grants to employees, reports say. Joe Schilfer, the managing editor of a platform, tweeted on Saturday that Musk told staff, or at least told Twitter staff, that had been through a period of radical but necessary change because it had been, quote, about 4 months away from running out of money. Now he says the financial incentives of employees should align with the company. And this is insane that you had Twitter, a company that has been running for years perfectly well, yet along comes Elon Musk, trashes the company to a point where he'd been about, according to him, 4 months away from running out of money. How does that happen? You could only do that if you were Elon Musk literally destroying the company. That is the only way that could happen. So, she tweeted that the stock grants were based on a 20 billion valuation, that Musk paid about 44 billion to take control of Twitter in late October. Musk also told staff that he saw a clear but difficult path to a £250 billion valuation, Schilfer tweeted. The information also reported on the email in that Musk was told employees that they could sell their stock holdings for cash every 6 months based on third party valuations during liquidity events. The process would be similar to used one by SpaceX, which Musk said achieves the public company's advantage of having a liquid stock, but without having the price stock chaos and lawsuits burdens of a public company, per the report. He also wants employees to think of Twitter as a quote, invasive startup, per the information, in reference to thousands of jobs that have been cut since he took over. Twitter is now as few as 1,300 staff per CNBC, down from 7,500. Just think about that. How much staff like Elon Musk has cut? He has cut over 6,000 jobs, and people are already reporting that Twitter is awful. That that certainly like on your phones is awful. It doesn't run as well. It if you sort of keep it open for any length of time, it starts to slow down. Numerous other problems with this because he has fired just so many people, and now you just does not have the staff to run it because according to him he thinks that's the necessary staff he needs. But why did Twitter have that 7,000 people on staff? What did Musk think they were doing? I mean, we saw a couple of weeks ago where he tried to sort of fire the one of the guys who was doing a lot of work for him, and then he made fun of him because he was disabled, and all kinds of stuff in that whole tweet thread. It's just like, oh man, that was just insane. But there you go. So, following the last rounds of layoffs in February, Musk sent out a memo with the subject line, quote, performance awards to remaining employees, saying that those who are now left would, quote, get, quote, very significant performance based stock awards, according to The Verge. This past week, we completed a difficult organizational overhaul, focusing on improving future execution, using as much feedback as we could from the entire company. He added in the memo that those who remain are highly regarded by those around them. Really? Didn't seem to stop you firing the guy from Iceland. He was very highly regarded, but didn't seem to stop you getting rid of him. Meanwhile, Musk reportedly emailed Twitter staff in the early hours of Wednesday to remind them about the company's remote working policy. According to Schiffer, the Twitter CEO told staff that the office is not optional. The insider contacted Twitter for comment, but the company responded with an automated message that did not address the inquiry. So the other thing is he's now forcing staff back into the office, saying you must now work from the office. We have seen the culture change, mostly because of the pandemic, that you don't have to no longer work in the office, but he's now forcing people back into the office. That's not a good move, to be honest, given how working practices have completely changed. But there you go. And then, of course, the thing about what they don't say, of course, is so when you now email Twitter, or at least you email the press, they now send back an automated message with a poop emoji because it seems that Musk has certainly fired most of that press down department. Smart idea, getting rid of your entire press department for a massive multinational company. Gee, wonder how well that's going to go. And yet, continues to burn the entire platform to the ground. To be honest, it's very sad, but hey, he's the only one to blame. He's the one who did it. Twitter seemed to be running pretty damn well before Musk took over for years. And yet Musk took over, and in literally a couple of months, he has pretty much burnt the entire thing to the ground. So how long before he sells it? I don't think it'll be long. I really don't think it'll be long. I think this will be a massive chain around his neck. This is the albatross. that is haunting him constantly now. But he'll have to get rid of it sooner or later. I highly suspect. I really do highly suspect he'll get rid of it sooner or later. He cannot keep it the way it is going. Um, Either that or he'll just shutter it, unfortunately, which I think will be just as disappointing, to be honest, to see a platform that was massively dominant, being as one of the big sort of social media platforms, to now being but a shadow of its former self. I mean, it's sad, but hey, there you go. This is Musk's own fault for doing it and for seemingly um, buying Twitter on a dare and then completely halving the company's stocks from what he originally bought it. Yeah, he's got no one else to blame but himself. He's the one been making all the decisions. Twitter used to run perfectly fine, perfectly well before then. So, yeah, it's so bizarre and strange. But to be honest, I'm really glad that this has happened because it has really gone and shown that Elon Musk is not this incredible, great businessman that he claims to be. But hey, there you go. Maybe if you had a family who had a stake in an emerald mine, maybe you would probably be as hailed as any great inclusive business genius mind as Elon Musk is. But hey, there you go. So as always, thank you very much for watching, and of course, we'll see you all next time.